Alright, y'all, it is your boy CJ back like a bug crack for today's video. As you can see by the title down below, I will be reacting to rapper friendships that ended. Sadly, man. Uzi, Cardi, and not cool no more. Before we start this video, can everybody who watches the video like and subscribe? Mostly subscribe because you know I'm trying to reach 7,000 subscribers by the end of September. Let's get straight to it.
Rap friendships that ended. Hip-hop has always been an extremely unique genre of music.
Kendrick Lamar.
Access it gives fans to their favorite artists. Rap tends to be highly personal and
Travis
autobiographical, making it easy to learn about the artist's personal life through their
The
music.
GOAT.
Even before social media enabled us to peek behind the curtain of celebrities' private lives 24/7, rap allowed fans to watch as artists
Eminem coming out of Detroit,
beefs, and ended friendships. And plenty of friendships ended. It seems like no relationship in hip-hop is safe and is only one minor feud away from disintegrating. You might be surprised to find that some of the most iconic duos in hip-hop have made their way onto this list. The reasons vary. They range from personal disputes about their romantic interests, clashes over music, and even changes in the tide of public opinion. But one thing is certain. The rap game's eyes focused on them as friends became enemies. Before we get started, make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel. Now, here's 7 rapper friendships that have ended. Number 7, Young Thug and Rich Homie Quan. When Rich Gang,
definitely they was dropping bangers together, boy.
Fans of Rich Homie Quan
Rich Homie fell off though. I don't know why he stopped making music.
Friendship between the two rappers.
Who he
the album
signed to?
Performed well commercially and received nearly universal critical.
Rich Homie had potential
but
too.
After the tape, the duo's collaborations died down. That is until 2017, when Young Thug played snippets of unreleased music that pointed to the reunion of the duo. But those dreams were quickly dashed by Rich Homie Quan in an interview.
Yeah, when Rich Homie here was like that, he was Lord.
Not on speaking terms. Though it's unclear why their feud started, both began to make
Came up
shots
together.
at each other around 2015.
Fell off.
When Young Thug called Quan a word that rhymes with Rich and begins with the letter B. You just take a guess. Quan, obviously offended, came back making homophobic comments directed at Young Thug. Though Quan claimed the two had had no bad blood,
and Quan had drip too. He had
feelings
man.
are not reciprocated.
His drip was
As
hard.
recently as 2019,
he can drip,
Young
no
Thug has said that Quan is dead to him, and that the feelings are 100% personal. In that same interview, Thug said it was the homophobic remarks by Quan that was the final straw. He acknowledged that Quan was probably drunk when he said them, but could not find it in his heart to work with him again. Number 6, Jay-Z and Kanye West. In a way, Jay-Z and Kanye West
legends.
owe each
This
other
is
for
a legend
some of the
duo.
success they've achieved. Originally enlisted as in-house producer
No,
for
Kanye
Rockefeller
West.
Records, Kanye often produced
When Kanye West started
including
going out with
substantial amount of work on the
Kim
Blueprint,
Kardashian,
album
that's
that
when he
would bring
started
home
the
sound in a
downfall.
new direction. And win him
But
universal
he
critical
kind of
acclaim.
still make
Likewise,
bangers.
Kanye's aspirations to be a rapper,
Jay-Z don't gotta worry about nothing. He a
never
billionaire.
have come
So.
to fruition without the support of Jay-Z. Initially, Kanye's solo records were dismissed by label executives, who wanted to keep him as a producer. But after the release of his debut single Through the Wire, Hove took a chance on him. The two became inseparable, even releasing the joint album Watch the Throne together. However, all good things come to an end. Among speculation of Kanye's mental health over the past few years,
he started going crazy
expressed
when
that he was hurt when Jay-Z and Beyonce did not attend his wedding. This came to a climax when Kanye called Jay-Z out on stage during his Life of Pablo tour for not checking in on the West family after his wife Kim was robbed in Paris. Though the two have publicly claimed that they have since
what you want Jay-Z to do about
they are
that?
rarely seen together, and it has been reported that their relationship is no longer the same as it was. So much for Watch the Throne 2. Number 5, Waka Flocka Flame and Gucci Mane. When Gucci Mane first began to generate buzz, he was quickly hailed as the hottest new artist in Atlanta. Gucci quickly built an incredible amount of influence in the city, starting 1017 Brick Squad and helping launch the careers of several artists, including Migos, Young Thug, and of course, Waka Flocka Flame. If you didn't know, Waka's mother was involved in the music industry
Gucci put
and
all them
eventually
on.
became Gucci's manager. When she introduced her son to Guwap, the two became great friends and frequent collaborators. When you saw Gucci, you saw Waka. However, this did not stay the case for long. The two's issues extended as far back as 2010 and spiraled out of control over the next few years before Gucci's infamous imprisonment. During the beef, the two traded public insults, including Gucci claiming that he would sell Waka's label contract to the highest bidder. When Gucci was released from prison in 2016,
what we gonna do with his contract?
he claimed that the beef between the two had been squashed, but they would not be working together or speaking again. In 2017, a full 7 years after the first hint of a beef, Waka finally revealed the reason the duo had a falling out. He felt Gucci sold out when he sold 1017 Brick Squad to a major label. Gucci, on the other hand, claims that the relationship soured after Waka and his mother deceived him and used her status as Gucci's manager to seize control of the label and cheat the rapper out of millions of dollars. We can't know for sure who's telling the truth, but maybe it's for the best that they're not friends anymore. Number 4, 6ix9ine and Trippie Redd.
Oh yeah.
Tekashi 6ix9ine and Trippie Redd.
Who is that? What's his name?
Unapologetic personalities who didn't fear offending their peers. So it only makes sense that the two would become quick friends. The duo even collaborated on the 2017 track Holes.
They did make some hot tracks together.
However,
We do gotta admit that, bro.
Personalities working so closely together, it was only
they had
a
some
matter of
hot
time
tracks
until
out
conflict
together.
put them apart.
Boy.
In November of 2017, Trippie Redd broadcasted an Instagram live stream in which he accused Tekashi of setting him up and having him beat up while he was in New York. Trippie hurled several insults at Tekashi, including weirdo and several homophobic remarks. Some people speculated that this beef was fake, only done for publicity, because the two artists were signed to the same label, 10K Projects. That was later proven false. During his now famous court testimony, Tekashi admitted that he did in fact set up Trippie, claiming his team beat up the rapper over jealousy. During the same trial, Tekashi revealed Trippie Redd as a member of the 5'9 Brims, a blood gang subset that originated in San Diego. The move, which could cause legal action against Trippie, obviously cemented the end of the duo's friendship. Number 3, Lil Uzi Vert and Playboi Carti. Lil Uzi is known for his occasional temperamental approach to the music industry. Famously, Uzi insisted he was retiring from the music industry before dropping
I remember that.
The most successful album of his career.
You can't get overwhelmed with fans.
Mentality applies to some of his
he can't go nowhere without paparazzi fans running up to his car.
Singles early in their career, the duo
Feel me? Not
friends,
safe.
even announcing a joint
Catch him
mixtape
locking
called
Robbie.
1629. Which was eventually canceled due to scheduling complications. However, the pair remained close friends until about 2019, when a fan asked Uzi on Twitter if he was still cool with Carti, and Uzi bluntly replied, no. Despite this, Uzi maintained that the two were not on bad terms, but that he would still collaborate with Carti
purple hair
if
Uzi.
given
He
a
was
chance.
hard back then.
However, when Carti dropped his single, At Me, Uzi took to Twitter to call it just meh. If that's not confusing enough, the duo began to tweet identical tweets seemingly indicating new music, but then nothing ever happened. As of April of 2020, the two were trading compliments on Twitter, but knowing these two, it's possible that could change at any time. Number 2, Joe Budden and Drake. Chances are, if you're watching this video, it's too late for you to think of Joe Budden.
What do Joe Budden do? Do he make music?
He did have some minor
I never heard a Joe Budden mix song.
Budden's long history of delaying music and underwhelming sales quickly ended his career. However, in 2017, Budden reinvented himself with the release of the Joe Budden podcast,
I never heard
which
of Joe
has
Budden
quickly
song,
gained traction and became the #1 hip-hop related podcast. Budden became friends with Drake early on in Drizzy's career, praising the innovations of his early albums. Drake returned the sentiment, repeatedly stating his respect
Joe Budden
for
looked
Budden.
crazy.
He even appeared in a vlog on Budden's YouTube channel in 2009. However, as Drake skyrocketed to global fame and became hip-hop's most successful artist, their relationship began to crumble. The first inkling of a beef started in 2016, when Budden bashed Drake's album, Views, on his podcast. The two began to fire subliminal disses back and forth through social media, and on some of Drake's records. Budden even responded with a few of his own diss tracks, which led to Drake calling him out on stage during his Summer 16 tour.
I should have brought Joe Budden up here and let him do Pump It Up one time tonight.
In April of
Oh, he made that
2020,
song,
Drake
Pump,
claimed
Pump,
his beef
Pump
with
It
Budden
Up.
was squashed
Dun,
when the two
dun,
spoke
dun,
over
dun,
Instagram
dun.
Live. Though Budden seemed skeptical, implying that he felt Drake avoids him, Drake went on to promise a full sit-down interview with Budden after the release of his upcoming album. And finally, at number 1, Biggie and Tupac. The friendship and later rivalry of the notorious B.I.G. and
Suge Knight made them two
is
beef.
probably the most iconic feud
He was
The
getting into
rivalry between the
Tupac
two,
ears.
ended by the untimely death of both artists, has become something of a legend within the hip-hop community. The pair became friends in 1993 after they were introduced to each other at a party. The two hung out even, and Biggie
I likes
even
the
crashed
party.
on Pac's
We
couch
didn't know it.
occasionally during the early phase of his career. However, the friendship started to sour in 1994
Okay,
when
Will.
Tupac was shot 5 times on his way to visit Biggie, leading him to suspect that the rapper may have helped set up the attack. After being imprisoned and risking financial collapse, Tupac joined Suge Knight's Death Row Records, a move that
Suge
often
Knight killed a whole
contributed to
bunch of
cementing
legends,
the
bro. We
rivalry
gotta
between
admit that.
West Coast and East Coast rap. The two would continue to beef, utilizing diss
Easy.
records,
Biggie
resulting
Smalls,
in Biggie's
Tupac.
Who Shot Ya
All
and
that.
Pac's Hit 'Em Up, still widely regarded as two of the best rap records ever created. Sadly, their feud lasted until Pac lost his
Them was
life
the
to
hardest
gun
diss
violence
tracks,
in
no cap, to me.
1996, after which Biggie called an end between the East and West Coast feud, realizing it just wasn't worth it. Less than 8 months later, Biggie was also a victim to gun violence after he got shot in Los Angeles. So
That's crazy. Alright, y'all, that is all for today's video. Everybody who watched it, leave a like and subscribe. Mostly subscribe, 7,000 by the end of September.